10 Hollywood actors who publicly criticized their own films. We're suspect that most actors would never agree to star in any film they knew was going to end up being terrible. But when you look back on some of the turkeys that Hollywood's best and brightest have starred in over the years, you do have to wonder whether a fat paycheck was the only reason they made the decision to sign their name on the dotted line. This video is about 10 occasions when actors make the decision to publicly criticize one of their own films. Number 1. Jackie Chan, Rush Hour. Martial arts acting legend Jackie Chan has not been complimentary about some of the films that he made in America, making special mention of the Rush Hour franchise. When we finished filming, I felt very disappointed because it was a movie I didn't appreciate and I did not like the action scenes, Chan revealed. I felt the style of action was too Americanized and I didn't understand the American humor. Number 2. Jessica Alba, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. It may not be the greatest superhero film ever made, but Jessica Alba wasn't shy about revealing the horrible time she had filming the 2007 Fantastic Four sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I wanted to stop acting. I hated it. I really hated it, Alba later lamented. I remember when I was dying. The director was like, "It looks too real. It looks too painful. Can you be prettier when you cry? Cry pretty, Jessica." Number 3. George Clooney, Batman Returns. Whilst we don't think he could have possibly improved what was one of the worst films that we've ever seen, George Clooney's view is that he so terribly destroyed the part of Batman after starring in the 1997 stinker Batman and Robin. It was a difficult film to be good in, Clooney has said. With hindsight, it's easy to look back at this and go, whoa, that was really shit and I was really bad in it. Number 4. Michael Caine, Jaws: The Revenge. Actors are occasionally honest enough to admit the roles they took simply for the money, but they're not always as open about it as Michael Caine was when talking about his 1987 shocker Jaws: The Revenge. I have never seen it, but by all accounts it is terrible, Caine wrote in his 1992 autobiography. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it is terrific. Number 5. Brad Pitt, The Devil's Own. He doesn't often star in a bad film, but Brad Pitt was not at all complimentary about his 1997 film The Devil's Own, in which he starred alongside Harrison Ford, calling it ridiculous and the most irresponsible bit of filmmaking I've ever seen. "We had a great script, but it got tossed for various reasons," Pitt has elaborated. "To have to make up something as you go along, Jesus, what pressure. It was ridiculous." Number 6. Bob Hoskins, Super Mario Bros. The late Bob Hoskins wasn't alone in thinking that the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Game to film adaptation was a complete disaster, revealing that even his then 6-year-old son chastised him for agreeing to star in it. "My son said, 'Dad, I think you're probably a pretty good actor, but why did you play that terrible guy King Koopa in Super Mario Bros.?" Hoskins was once quoted as saying, "And I said, 'Well, Henry, I did that so you could have shoes,' and he said, 'Dad, I don't need shoes that badly.'" Number 7. Mark Wahlberg, Boogie Nights. Many consider Boogie Nights to be one of the greatest films of the 1990s, but its star Mark Wahlberg has recently gone public with his regrets about starring in it, saying that he has even asked God to forgive him for his actions. "I was sitting in front of a couple of thousand kids trying to encourage them to come back to their faith," Wahlberg has been quoted as saying, "and I was just saying that I just hope God has a sense of humor because I made some decisions that may not be okay with him." Number 8. Richard Gere, Pretty Woman. We consider Pretty Woman to be an absolute classic, a view that we're sure many of you will share, but its star Richard Gere has been less than positive about the 1990 film over the years. When speaking to Women's Day magazine in 2012, Gere described the film as a silly rom-com, and went on to share his view that it wrongly glamorized Wall Street workers, saying it made those guys seem dashing, which was wrong. Number 9. Sylvester Stallone, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. The Oscar-winning Sylvester Stallone has starred in and directed some classic films over the years, but let's not also forget Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, his 1992 box office bomb that the actor has described as the worst. "If you ever want someone to confess to murder, just make him or her sit through that film," Stallone once joked. "They will confess to anything after 15 minutes. Number 10. Alec Guinness, Star Wars. It may be considered one of the defining film franchises of an entire generation, but the late Alec Guinness was less than complimentary about his time working on George Lucas's original Star Wars film back in the late 1970s. "Apart from the money, I regret having embarked on the film," Guinness once admitted. I like them well enough, but it's not an acting job. The dialogue, which is lamentable, keeps being changed and only slightly improved.